This is their newest, lowest hanging fruit, these selfie verification fails. Got an important one for you here today. I try to keep the important ones short. I respect your time. Occasionally Amazon will pick something that I kind of refer to as their newest, lowest hanging fruit. As far as, you know, the little tactics that they use to reduce our performance scores. The newest thing is selfie verification fails. I'm not gonna beat to death that horse anymore. That is the trip that they sent me to China. I've talked about it, but when I saw that, I thought that it was so unique. It was just kind of like, well, I know this is gonna happen to somebody else. As luck would have it, and the reason I'm making a video about it is it keeps coming up and coming up and coming up. People have gotten in touch with me through the channel saying I failed a selfie verification. I know people personally, friends of mine, who have had this thing come up. And it's, here's what you gotta keep in mind. Now, when I had that selfie fail from China, I got in touch with the middle mile manager because I went through the proper channel to dispute the selfie verification. If you're curious how to do that, you go down hamburger menu, you go down to support center, you go to create new case, and then I believe the topic, I think it's like the fourth one from the top, it's relay driver verification dispute. That's how you undo, or that's how you fight the selfie verification fail. But they were kind of giving me the runaround. I reached out to the middle mile manager, kind of questioning, like, I was trying to gauge how much of a fight should I put up with this, because if one selfie verification fail holds no serious consequence, I'm really not interested in fighting it since it didn't lead to any rejections or anything like that. But they did finally, a couple weeks later, in fact recently, they got back in touch with me and they said that, one doesn't carry any weight. That it only starts to carry weight if you have repeated ones. But the thing that I found interesting was, say you're on a multi-stop trip, like you're going like A, B, C, D, and you're at stop A and you fail your selfie verification fail, they will automatically reject the stop from A to B, B to C, and C to D. And now you have, that'd be 3 or 4 rejections. I have trouble with the simple math sometimes. Now you have basically every leg of that trip is going to count as a rejection, and because it's probably after a start time, some of them are after a start time, some of them might be right before, those rejections carry different penalties and everything like this. So what's the possible solution for this? We're going to talk about that next. All right, so what's the possible solution to this? One continuous screen recording. Screenshots are insufficient. A buddy of mine had screenshots of this, and they still, it kind of proves to me that they just don't read this stuff. I started the screen recording. Usually I get a screenshot of that arrival successfully detected. I'm still gonna grab it doing it this way. But yeah, one continuous recording, and I'm gonna show you exactly where his messed up at. So right here, I'm gonna exit navigation, acknowledge the do's and don'ts. Now there's my arrival successfully detected. I've got that from the screen record.
All right, driver. Looks like we're looking for a trailer with empty carts, but looks like we don't have any to give out at the moment. So I'm gonna put you at tractor parking 507. Contact ROC. They'll give you further instructions from there. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, wear safety belts at all times. Follow all posted speed limits. Park behind the blue line. You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Now see, I didn't hit anything. It went automatically. I was getting ready to say the tap after scan is where it messed up for my friend. See how it just advanced to that screen? I wasn't touching the phone. Right here is where it went to. It didn't go to take photo for him. It went to selfie verification failed. And so that's why I think, and I'll show you exactly. Let me back into one of these tractor parking spots. And I'll show you exactly where I'm gonna keep this continuous recording going until. And we are gonna go take photo, take this hat off, take photo. Always the worst pictures of me. couldn't look any worse. And right there, when I get to that success screen, that's where I'm stopping the recording. And you might say, what good's a video? You can't submit a video during a performance dispute. And you're right, you can't. I do know that screenshots are insufficient on this. I'm one of those people who meticulously tries to keep my grade at 100%. I've had pretty good luck doing that. But again, seeing stuff like this happen, it just kind of hits the point home further and further that it is just luck. I mean, if they're gonna invent our grade or move our grade down for stuff like this, it is absolutely just luck. As far as the video goes, take YouTube, for example. You've got 3 choices when you upload a video. You can do it publicly, like the video you're watching right now. You can do it privately, where nobody can do it, or you can also do what's called unlisted. And with unlisted, it's only viewable through a link. What my plan would be, if they do get me on something like this, would be to send them the screenshots, and then part of the performance dispute would say, if you would like to see a continuous recording of this, here's the link to do so. Will they watch it? Will they read it? I have no idea, but I'm a little bit heartbroken for my friend who it's not his fault, and they're just saying the screenshots are insufficient, and they're counting those rejections against him. You know, and as far as if this does happen, I mean, I think that Amazon cooks stuff like this into the sauce to kind of beat the carriers down into feeling like, well, I'm responsible for the grade, and therefore I've got to take loads that pay less because they've lowered my grade. Absolutely not with me. The easiest way to climb back from from a low grade is you just need 10 loads over 6 active weeks. So I mean, what that would look like for me if they moved my grade down. I mean, my buddy went from 100% down to a C because he got 2 rejections off of this. What that would look like for me is like, hey, this week I'm gonna run 2 super easy loads. The week after, 1, 2, 1. And at the end of 6 weeks, I'm going to have 10 loads for them. I'm going to have 10 loads run for them. I'm going to work for other people during that time. I'm going to put in minimal effort because that's just, you know, that's how I feel about it. I mean, if you're going to move my grade down and pay me less to do the work, I'm going to match that energy, and I'm going to give you minimal effort. There's zero chance that you'll catch me saying like, oh, okay, well, I'll work for less. I'm going to keep working, running the same amount of loads for you. Absolutely not. If that's how they've built it into the system, I want to be that outlier who just, gives them minimal effort. But anyway, this is definitely something to look out for. Definitely, this is their newest, lowest hanging fruit, these selfie verification fails. And, this is what I'm doing to try to act as like a countermeasure. I hope this video serves you well. Appreciate you for watching. Take care.